Mexican was good. This was better.
Yeah.
So, hey.
Hi.
What's up, folks?
Guess I better put more of my game face on.
Get your posture.
You're still looking what?
Yeah. So here we are.
Here we are. Wait, I need one.
I'll crack one of those. As is our custom.
Well, I guess so. Yeah.
So.
All right, now we're ready.
Yeah.
Cheers. Cheers. Which my youngest son, when I just did that out of habit with him like a couple weeks ago, he went, "Mom, we don't cheers." And I rolled my eyes.
The youngest one?
Yeah, I rolled my eyes pretty hard. Like, okay.
Yeah, well, yes, we do.
So.
Oh, well. So semi-impromptu shit's just falling over there. Happens. Stuff just collapsed over on the other side of the room if you didn't hear that. So kind of an impromptu-ish mini episode this evening. Mm-hmm. And really kind of a teaser into something that we're looking at doing, a new project. So I
don't know what to add to that.
Tell them about it.
Me? Okay. You're the one that does more of the talking. Okay. So
I'm going to do the drinking.
We had, I think in our last Catsups episode, we were talking about how we kind of feel things might start going different directions and trying to kind of figure out our way with the next stage of all this. So something that became apparent to especially Tyler and I is at least locally, maybe even broader from that, having resources for those that are dealing with post-separation abuse and the Jehovah's Witness dynamic. So as I think we've mentioned before, I've been dealing with that for 6 years. Yeah, and Tyler's dealing with it as well. There's similarities and differences, but one thing I'm realizing is that it'd be nice if we could help people overcome some of these roadblocks that I kind of had to figure out the hard way, and I'm still learning. This is never like you're just done with the process. There's always something new for sure. We kind of wanted to have a platform where we can kind of condense it all down and be like, here's what's helped us. Try to get input from those that have also been through it, because you just kind of feel like you're floundering when you're going through this, because a lot of times there's support groups on a national or international level for exjw community, just in general. But I have not seen a whole lot on this particular topic. And it'd be nice if we can kind of pool our resources and help each other out. So that's kind of a little side project we got going on that we decided could be useful to others. Yeah. And so, been trying to come up with a name for it too, which has been kind of funny.
Yeah, still laugh at that one. So Amanda we were just going back and forth with some ideas on what to name it. And so we just I threw out there, so post-separation abuse, if we take PSA, public service announcement, maybe we could do something with that. Mm-hmm. And one of the ideas that she came back with, parental swearing activated.
That is super realistic.
I laughed at that for a good little while. Because, probably not going to be the name we end up with, but
a nickname.
Definitely gets an honorable mention. So, no, we still actually kind of up in the air as to what we're going to call it. But as you mentioned, we're kind of...
I still like the Pinkies Up. idea.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, why. I can't even explain why. That just sticks in my head.
We thought about like PSA, Pinkies Up, or something like that. I don't know. There's options, but
we'll come up with it. We started, or we created a Minnesota group for exjw witnesses. We're still though trying to get that completely up and running. Eventually, on a website. So the very beginning stages of all of this.
Yeah, that group is hidden. Don't go looking for it on Facebook. You're not going to find it yet. We've created it, and we're just kind of making sure that we get the admin side of it ready before we make it visible. Or there could be some situations too, like we've kind of been up in the air as to how we want to handle privacy, because a lot of the things that we're going to discuss and a lot of the people that we're going to discuss it with, privacy is a big issue, and could potentially be a safety issue, and could very likely be a legal issue. Like, it's things that we could really, it's things that we want to make sure that we're very particular about, and make sure that we are protecting people to the best of our abilities. And as Amanda mentioned, kind of a platform. So we're going to try to get a website going, and once we have that up and running, we'll kind of, debut that and share that with people. We're getting the Facebook page up and running, but I don't know if we actually mentioned like the medium. This is going to be another podcast. So like, we're going to record that just like this. It's just going to be Amanda and I. We're still going to continue.
Ethan is aware.
We've talked to him. We're still doing Finding Paradise. We're still doing little Catsups. You're still going to get us, making asses of ourselves on a regular basis for your entertainment and our therapy.
Yes.
But we, like Amanda said, we've kind of decided it's a good thing that we can do to help others. And I've said it before, that's one of the things that I feel a lot of us have taken from being witnesses, is that we just kind of have that ingrained since we're kids to help others. And, but we can actually do things to actually help now instead of give them a fucking watchtower. So, which
is another thing we've been trying to figure out, like, how clean do we keep this?
Right.
Because naturally, when you see Finding Paradise and our little Catsups and stuff, that is very much us, unfiltered. And now we're like, how? So this is how much of how cleaned up of us do we become? What would people be more comfortable with? A more polished up version of us, or
or more relatable? Like, is a more professional approach or a more relatable approach?
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Better, I think, is kind of the way when I was driving to client this afternoon, I was like, how the hell can we even professional?
We're professionals.
So, and it's one of those things where we talked about it, like, God, it'd be so tough to kind of censor ourselves in that way. But in reality, it's not. We've got kids, and so we're good at being able to just kind of compartmentalize when we can.
Yeah, that's true.
Make fools of ourselves, and then when we want to cut loose, we don't make fools of ourselves. Like, when we just kind of let our hair down and relax and just kind of get in our element. And so, which is better? We even talked about potentially leaving it to people in the comments. So whether or not we take your suggestion, if you've got an opinion, throw it in the comments.
That's true.
We'll check it out at the very least. I promise you that very little.
So eventually then we're going to be looking for kind of networking too. Like, if you have gone through this divorce process and you have a spouse that is still a member of the Jehovah's Witnesses, and you have children that are heavily involved in this, you understand the dynamics there. And if you have fought this in court, or just suggestions on, if maybe you're a social worker that is an ex-Jehovah's Witness, you're of a good attorney. Maybe you are an attorney. Yeah. I don't know of any, but
come on.
Maybe. I just recently connected with, I think is going to end up being a really good what's the word, like attorney, not touch point.
I mean, on retainer, really. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a divorce attorney.
Yeah, it's family law. So as I kind of get into that more, I'll share things. But just looking, or maybe for people like therapists, counselors that are familiar with this dynamic and what it means, because it's something that's so hard to explain to someone that doesn't know anything about it. And you're just coming to them for help, whether it be legal or mental health.
Social workers.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, if you are or know of,
or you've had success,
yeah,
or someone who like gets it, not just the kind of abusive side of it from your ex-spouse, but that we always call the double whammy of then you have this religion that's doing the same thing and encouraging it, because we realize why maybe this was a need is because we don't know of a single person that's gotten divorced and their ex-spouse is still in the religion and they have children that are not dealing with this post-separation abuse issue. We can't think of a single one. Maybe there's somebody out there.
As a general rule, it seems to be what's happening.
Because it's kind of set up that way.
Yeah.
The culture of this religion.
Yeah, I mean, perpetrators of, post-separation abuse like that it's a very narcissistic.
From the top down.
Right.
The organization, how it works.
Like I pull back from diagnosing narcissism, but it's a very narcissistic, similar, narcissistic adjacent behavior.
Sure.
And so, and then when you have a religion that
we're not going to be diagnosing anyone.
Yeah. We're not.
We like to state facts on situations and let people decide for themselves what that sounds like.
Yeah. We're not licensed to do that.
No. I really am not.
I actually will be doing that for work in a few months.
Eventually.
Still,
eventually.
Give me a few months and I'll be licensed-ish to do that.
You got some medical stuff. I might be able to help
medical
you out,
stuff, you got us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. But so yeah, if you have been in that situation, or if you are, we'd like to hear your story. This isn't going to be as much interactive, I don't think. We're probably not going to really have people on to share their stories, but we will. I think we'll read stories. We'll share stories with people.
It depends on the person, I think.
Possibly.
We are just starting out. You're going to be riding this train with us.
Yeah.
And we, our train likes to go off the track.
Yeah.
We're trying to keep this more on the track.
Yeah.
Compared to the other things we do.
But if you've been involved, if you know an attorney, if you know a therapist, if you know a social worker, if you know of even particular court systems, because where we're looking at the state of Minnesota, sometimes you can choose where to file your case. If you know that there's a particular judge that has been more knowledgeable and more fair in dealing with cases like this, great. Let us know what district they're in.
If there's mediators that get it.
Yeah. Pretty much any educators, if you know of people within the school system that have dealt with it, that can give support to kids, specifically like in the case of your kids, it'd be great if we had someone in the school system that was familiar with that could kind of provide support there. So really,
we basically
a community effort, anything you can contribute, we want to hear.
Yeah. Of course, we will still vet them. We don't want to just be throwing things around.
Yeah, we don't want it to be a dumping ground for memes and unfound information. Give us good information, and we need to verify it.
Mm-hmm. We would love for this to be kind of, in some ways, a one-stop shop for trying to deal with this, at least locally, because it can be a very long, draining process in general. And then if you're still trying to explain this dynamic and figure out who gets it and who doesn't, and if you can kind of cut through it all a little bit, it would sure be nice. And so that's kind of our goal. We're learning too, and you can learn along with us.
Yeah. And so I guess one of the things, I don't know if we covered or alluded to it all, but we started so we've got that Facebook group created. That group is for It's called Minnesota XJW Support Group. So that is for broad scope, anything XJW related within Minnesota or
in the surrounding states,
area.
yeah.
If you're in La Crosse, whatever, we'll let you in. South Dakota, you're walking a tight line.
What about North Dakota? Well, Iowa. Oh.
I'm kidding. They're all right. No, Iowa, fuck those people. Yeah. Kidding.
They're all good. I'm trying.
My ex's cousin that lives in Colorado, he's gonna be like, "Hey, I'm from Iowa."
Fine.
We love you.
Fine, we'll let you in, I guess. If we have to.
But no, so that is going to be.
What's that red green? Sorry.
What?
I just thought of red green. Crap. What's the? You didn't watch red green.
I mean, I did, but I don't know where you're going with this.
I know, but I just like half quoted it, like it popped in my brain. Something about if it's just like the ending pledge or something.
You're talking like if the women don't find you handsome, at least they'll find you handy.
No. I mean, that's a good one too, I suppose. But no.
Words to live by.
God dang it.
Yeah.
Keep going. I'll find it.
So anyway, that Facebook group is going to be a little bit more broad scope. That's, and in there, we probably would be happy to have, throw some funny memes at us and stuff like shit. Like that would be fun. And then we'll use that to develop meetups and potentially through my work at some point down the road, looking at even doing like a support group in person. So, I might actually be able to do it through my job under licensed clinical supervision. Like we can actually have like a good, legit support group going. Mm-hmm. The post-separation abuse side of it, that is, kind of still to be determined. We talked about with that, if we have enough feedback and enough interaction from that we might spin even that XJW group off into its own small one that we might have even more private, potentially even like a secret group. Again, kind of depending on safety and security of the members and what's required there. But for right now, we are going to start a group just for Minnesota XJW support. And we're going to start a podcast specifically related to post-separation abuse and how that intersects with fucking cult.
Or, as we like to say professionally, there's the bite model.
Yeah, we will.
And the Jehovah's Witnesses hit many marks on that bite model, and they
a high control group
of a high control cult group. And so you can take away from those facts what you will.
Yeah. So, but yes, it'll be, it's going to be a very cool project. We're kind of excited, a little bit nervous about it. Like it's kind of a big thing. Like we want to make sure that we do it justice as well. Like we don't want to half-ass it. Like we want to make sure that it's well done.
Yeah.
And again, this is just us on a project. Like some of the resources we'll use are specifically related to the One Mom's Battle page that we've shared with on Facebook and on Instagram a little bit. We're not affiliated with them in any way. We're going to reference their material, sometimes heavily, but we're not at all affiliated. Just I guess appreciative of their work, and so we'll give credit where it's due. And when we do reference their stuff, we'll give the appropriate references and all that. So,
okay.
But, red, green.
I found it.
Did you? Nice.
It's very important.
Yeah.
What I was remembering was reciting the men's prayer. I'm a man, but I can change if I have to, I guess. And then, remember, I'm pulling for you. We're all in this together. That's actually kind of fitting.
Yeah. We're pulling for you. We're all in this together. That's why we're doing this.
Red, green. Gotta give red, green the shout for that one. That ain't my quote.
Yeah, we'll reference that.
Speaking of giving credit where it's due.
Yeah. We're not going to credit it. We're just going to say it. I'm not going to type fucking referencing red, green, said this thing.
Red, green's hilarious.
I know. But that's
genius
a lot.
in his own little way.
Yeah, but that's a lot of work to do for this.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
All right.
So,
There's us kind of poking out there off the rails.
Yeah. Yeah, I really don't know what else to say on the matter. It's still pretty fresh, and we're still batting around ideas and trying to figure things out and where it's going to go.
And we'll probably put a poll together finally, like we talked about, trying to do an XJW meetup locally.
Yes.
And the little Catsups episode, we mentioned trying to do a poll, and we have not gotten around to it.
Yeah.
Because life is still crazy. And
did we talk about our Halloween costumes last time? Because I don't know if we're going to get another one out before.
I think we did some. We'll just have to get a picture of whatever we actually decide on doing. But we're very much probably going to dress up as Jehovah's Witnesses for Halloween.
I want to get like a JW fax pin. It's not like a JW.org pin. Just have one here, and then use my old service bag to get candy.
Mine's long gone.
Yeah.
Long gone.
Actually, I haven't used a service.
I still have the Bible though.
I still have my Bible. Actually, I did salvage even the Bible that like my parents got me, I think, when I was baptized. Might have been when I was baptized. So it has like the reasoning book like combined with it and everything.
I see what you mean.
That's a treasure trove of bullshit. But yeah, so going as J-Dubs for Halloween. So
that's the plan as of now.
Make some people happy.
Which I tend to say that if the particular person that ever watches this that I say that to, they would get a chuckle out of that. That's the plan. If all goes as planned,
here's to hoping.
Yeah.
I don't know what else we got. Anything else? Nothing.
I mean, there's plenty of court update and stuff, but that'll probably be a little Catsups.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be a little mini thing, so
we
gotta keep it mini this time, not go off on tangents.
Keep it there. I got nothing else. Once, twice, sold.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Here we go.
We'll see you guys down the road.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.